Welcome back to another Vicious Views. Today we are watching or reviewing Daredevil Born Again. So this is essentially Marvel bringing back the famous Daredevil series with Foggy, Matt Murdock, and I can't remember the girl's name. Uh, Karen. Yeah, the Karen. Where we had the Punisher in that series. Also, we had so many good cameo characters in there with like Luke Cage and all of those. Obviously, in that series, I think Fisk was the enemy. But they've brought that show back to life, and they've put it under the umbrella of the Marvel Universe. We saw a little cameo with Daredevil in the She-Hulk series, which not the greatest series that is. We didn't do a review on that. Which views didn't exist. It was before the time. But anyway, going back to the series, so they brought Daredevil back, but the lore and everything is still kind of continuation from everything from the past shows, which is good. I like that. I didn't want them to redo everything. I had a feeling that they might try and do something like that, but they didn't, which was good. So the show basically goes on. If you haven't watched a show called Echo, it kind of follows suit of the Echo in terms of Fisk's character. He basically, after that incident, comes back to New York, and after he's healed up from the battle with Echo, I won't get into spoilers what happens to him, you can go watch that. Then he basically decides he's going to run for the mayor of New York City, and that's part of his plan to get into power and then take control of the city. And the show starts off with a big, it hits you in the face real quick. It tells you, yeah, we're gonna do some big shit this season, and then completely straight after that moment, it takes a epic nosedive and doesn't really do the biggest things. I mean, it is also a lawyer show, kind of, with Matt Murdock's character being a lawyer when he's not Daredevil also. So we do get to see that. I kind of like that part, but it wasn't the greatest. So I thought it was going to take a turning point where we're going to pick it up a lot. It just didn't really pick up that much, and the story is not kind of that great. It kind of feels like we've seen it before, where Fisk gets into power, he's the enemy, but they don't really do anything. There's just a lot of talking back and forth, little moments they have with each other, and nothing really like it doesn't really go anywhere until towards the end, where he kind of says, okay, no more vigilantes in New York. And then you kind of see at the end there's what he's doing to the vigilantes in terms of capturing them. But yeah, it does look like they're probably going to try and push for season 2. Will they get a season 2? I don't know. Most likely they probably will, because they kind of need it from the ending of season 1, the way it ends. But let's circle back a little bit. When it comes to the actual story, it's kind of boring. There's some other vigilantes that you see. I can't remember the tiger. I can't remember what the tiger guy is called. But yeah, he's very short. You get a little glimpse of a swordsman, which you find out later. He's kind of like the Batman of New York City, but not really as cool, I suppose. He's rich, and he's a vigilante at night, but you find out real quickly he don't have the aura that Batman's got, and he's just a little side hoe. In New York City, Daredevil still reigns supreme. The one thing about the vigilantes that I would have loved to see, I can't remember the ending of Luke Cage, but I would have liked to see Luke Cage make an appearance here. I would like to see him make an appearance if there's going to be a season 2. Daredevil basically at the end says that they need a team to beat Fisk, whatever the fuck his name is. So I'm kind of hoping, because he has had cameos if you watch the old shows, he had like the cameo with I can't remember the girl's name. I think it's Jessica something. And then Iron Fist was in that team, and Luke Cage was in the team. There was a show. I can't remember the show's name, and then they all came together to kind of go. I think it was Fisk was the enemy, or someone else was the enemy, and they all worked together to stop the threat. So I'm kind of hoping at least Luke Cage, because I like Luke Cage. I think he's a pretty cool character. So I would like to see them come back. If there is a season 2, they could actually hype it up a little bit, make it a bit better. But if we circling back yet again to just what the show is, it's basically Daredevil is also kind of like in this weird spot where he doesn't really want to be Daredevil anymore, and he goes through like a little bit of a dark spot where he says that he allowed the darkness of Daredevil kind of consume him, and he didn't want that anymore. So he puts the mask away, and he just wants to stick as a lawyer. But then obviously, Fisk doing all these stuff and making all these moves, it makes him want to put the mask back on, and you get going. We do also get a little cameo from the Punisher. You see him at like one scene, and then like right at the end again. He don't really do much. I don't understand. He didn't have a big impact for me in the show. Like I was kind of hoping. It was kind of like when you look at all the old cast that they did, when they were building all the hype for the show. I thought they were going to be more involved. It is basically just Daredevil in the show. The old cast like the Punisher, Foggy, and Karen, you barely see them. You see like little snippets of them in the beginning, and then I think Punisher you see like midway in the season, and then at the end. Yeah, it's not, doesn't go as hard as what the original show. Like the original show, in my opinion, was way better than the original 2 seasons. I said the original 2 seasons, but I'm pretty sure if you go and watch those, they did do very well to connect the stories together. So they would still connect. It's just this is obviously they're doing Born Again because they want to link him to the MCU. The other one wasn't really attaching him at all to the MCU. But yeah, overall, what I would say, I would probably, it's an average watch, man. I gotta be honest. Like I wasn't super hyped with the fights. I wasn't really super hyped with the storyline. It was kind of just like I said earlier. It's like we've seen it before. So I wasn't too excited about it. It was a little disappointing in terms of like I thought they could have done a bit more. I don't know if they were trying to like, okay, let's put him back and build onto it, and season 2 will be crazy. I'm hoping that, because I do really like Daredevil and I like that cast of characters. But yeah, and I feel like New York's also got pretty good like vigilantes that they could use. Like just even going off like what they did before with like I know I'm glazing him a little bit, but Luke Cage would be sick to have on there. But yeah, I'm hoping season 2, if they do a season 2, it'll be better. I haven't seen anything about confirming that or not. But yeah, I think I'm going to give it a 5 out of 10. If I had to rank this on the Vicious View scale, that would be my score. I'd give it a 5 out of 10. Yeah, Marvel's not really in a good spot right now, and I don't think I've watched a Marvel project so far that I've been hyped for. This is our second review of a Marvel project. I think Thunderbolts is coming out soon. Also, I don't know about that, but anyway, that's a review for another day. We will review, like I said, everything that Marvel puts out, even if it's I'm late on it. We will do a Vicious Views on that. But anyway, that's gonna be it. I kind of gave you guys a bit of a nothing burger with the review, but yeah, that is gonna be my review, my score, my review for the Daredevil series, and that's gonna be it. Peace.